comic book world, she suffered from breast cancer. Will she be doing the same in the movie?
We're not sure if we're gonna do a complete lift of that whole storyline. These things, they change all the way up until they change through the shoot, and even when we're editing sometimes. Right. In the edit, right, let's get rid of that storyline where she's got breast cancer. We'll change it to something else, or maybe she's fine. So everything will change. I think that's a really powerful part of the books. I think it's really cool that that she's fighting this thing, and she's these two battles going on. So personally, I really love that storyline. But whether it ends up in the film is yet to be seen.
How's it going, everybody? It's Warren, and as you just saw in this video, in this interview with Taika Waititi, who of course directed Thor Ragnarok, he also played our favorite character Korg, and of course he is directing the upcoming Thor Love and Thunder, just told us that he is considering doing a major storyline from the comics with Jane Foster in Thor Love and Thunder. Now, we already know because it was announced at San Diego Comic-Con that Natalie Portman is going to be returning to the Thor franchise, reprising her role as Jane Foster. And of course, the news was huge, not only because of her return, but because they also revealed that she is going to be playing a version of Thor, and she's going to be able to lift Mjolnir. But now another surprise has come out. It seems like Taika Waititi could be going with the breast cancer element of Jane Foster's storyline from the comics. Quick reminder to subscribe to my channel for your chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4, and so you can stay up to date on everything relating to the MCU. So everybody is kind of wondering how Jane Foster is going to come back and how she's going to be worthy to lift Mjolnir. What's her story going to be in Thor Love and Thunder? Well, as you just heard Taika Waititi say in the interview, he has always liked the breast cancer element of the Jane Foster storyline in the comics. As Taika said in the interview, he thinks it's a very powerful part of the books. He thinks it's really cool that she's fighting breast cancer. There's two battles going on. The battle of becoming Thor, dealing with that mantle and all the responsibilities that come with it, and the battle with breast cancer. He says he loves that storyline. And as of right now, it does seem like that is going to be a part of Thor Love and Thunder, although he does say that things can change. He says that things can change during the shoot and things can change during the editing process as well. So it seems like right now he has decided on this storyline, but isn't 100% sure if he's going to leave it in the movie. But like he said, this is a very powerful storyline from the comics. Jane Foster does have breast cancer when she picks up the mantle of Thor. She wields Mjolnir and becomes the mighty Thor. But this actually in turn ends up killing her. Each time she wields Mjolnir and turns into Thor, the transformation process purges all of the toxins from her body, including the chemotherapy treatment. So unfortunately, her taking on the mantle of Thor and wielding Mjolnir makes her breast cancer worse. So it's a very emotional storyline, and Taika Waititi has already expressed in the past that he does like the emotional aspect. Now, in the comics, the reason why Jane Foster becomes Thor is because Thor Odin's son is deemed unworthy. And Jane Foster, as it turns out, is worthy. However, when she became Thor at first, she didn't tell Thor Odin's son. He had no idea it was her. So he went on looking for somebody to wield Mjolnir and take on that mantle. However, he did not think Jane could do it because she had breast cancer and was very sick. But of course, she already secretly picked up the hammer and had the mantle of Thor the whole time. So perhaps we could see somewhat of this in Thor Love and Thunder. Thor has already kind of given up the mantle of King of Asgard. He gave it to Valkyrie. And it's clear that Mjolnir somehow comes back into the equation. It somehow gets to the main timeline. So perhaps Thor will go looking for somebody worthy enough to lift Mjolnir, and he thinks of Jane Foster. And it's very clear from Avengers Endgame that Thor definitely still thinks of Jane Foster. But perhaps when he finds her, she may have breast cancer, and this could be something caused by the ether. We know the ether was inside of her and was slowly killing her when it was. After all, it's an infinity stone and it's insanely powerful. So perhaps this could be a result of the ether that was inside of her in Thor 2: The Dark World. The storyline remains to be seen, but as of right now, it looks like Taika Waititi is going to put in the breast cancer element of Jane Foster's story. Of course, it could change, like he said, but we'll have to wait and see. But let me know, would you like to see this storyline in the movie? Do you think that it would be nice to have this very strong emotional aspect connected to Jane Foster? After all, Thor had a very emotional aspect to his storyline in Avengers Endgame. It would make sense that it would kind of carry over into Thor Love and Thunder as well. So let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below, and let me know how excited you are for Thor Love and Thunder. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with all things relating to the MCU, and so you can enter my giveaway for a chance to win an Xbox One or a PS4. New giveaway starting on Twitter and Instagram very soon, so don't forget to follow me on there, and as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.